Hey, would you like to know an effective way to break through fear, doubt, and worry in a way that will allow you to get more of your ideas out into the world? Well, that's what I'm going to be sharing with you, so stick around. Hi, I'm Bob Baker, and I'm on a mission to transform and uplift humanity, one positive thought and one inspired action at a time. I do that through morning affirmations, guided meditations, and inspirational spoken word. And I'd love for you to join me on that mission. So whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it on my podcast, make sure you subscribe and follow so you don't miss the inspirational stuff that I publish every week. So how do you break through the doubt, the fear, and worry that holds so many people back? Well, I was recently leading a Zoom call for one of the Turbocharge Your Life programs that I do a number of times throughout the year. And in this session, we were sharing some of the things that hold us back, those fears, those internal voices that say we're not good enough, the things that make us doubt the value that we have to contribute to the world. And one by one, people were sharing these things with the group. And one of the benefits of doing that is you realize that you're not alone. Everyone goes through these things. Everyone experiences that doubt, that worry. Successful people never banish those internal negative critical voices, and they're not completely void of fear. They move forward regardless. So it can be very therapeutic to hear that other people are going through the same things. Then we came to Jackie, a woman who signed up for the program who I had not known previously. And when it came time for her to share, she said, "Well, I've been so excited about my project, I haven't had any time to even worry about fear." I thought that was one of the best responses I have ever heard. She was so focused on the thing that she was excited about. It was a book project that she's been wanting to get out. That positive energy that was consuming her just drowned out any fear. Doubt and worry were nowhere to be found. And I just thought that was such a refreshing take on this topic, which leads to the question, how could we all use that in our lives? Well, you're probably already formulating an answer right now, and that is to focus on your passion. Ramp up the excitement. Focus on your big why. Why do you want to get this thing out into the world? What's the benefit for you? How are you going to feel when you finally accomplish that thing? And even more importantly, how are other people going to benefit once this thing materializes? Stay focused on that. You know, when I give advice to people who are maybe new to public speaking, I've been on stage as a musician, as a speaker, as a teacher for many, many years. And what I usually say to them is if you're self-conscious, if you're nervous in front of an audience, which is a very common thing, there's nothing wrong with you if you feel that way. But when you're worried about what you look like and you're self-conscious in front of an audience, you're thinking more about the messenger and less about the message. Does that make sense? You're thinking about yourself. How am I being perceived? How am I holding my hands? When over time, as you get more comfortable on a stage in front of an audience, you focus more on the message and your passion about what you're trying to convey to them. And it's less about you. You get consumed in the moment, sharing your story, sharing your advice. So in the same way, when you feel fear, doubt, and worry, you're focused more on the creator instead of the creation. Ooh, I just made that up. I like that. So focus more on the thing you're wanting to create, the mission that you have. Why do you want to get this thing out into the world? Do your best to generate excitement. Hopefully it comes naturally to you, but it's okay if you fake it till you make it. Tap into your passion to such a degree that it drowns out the fear. It drowns out the negative voice, the inner critic. That's ultimately what we want to do, is move past that. Again, you're never going to shut the critic up. That little voice is always going to be there in some form. But the key is not to give it a microphone or a megaphone. Don't put it in the spotlight. Acknowledge it. Ask it what lessons it has to share with you. Maybe there's some value in it. Maybe not. And then have it sit in the corner because you have important work to do. You know, for a number of years, I've been following a guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. He goes by Gary V. And if you're not familiar with him and you seek him out, just beware. He likes to drop a lot of F-bombs. But in a recent video, he was talking about how negativity is so loud. It grabs all of our attention in the media, in our families, on social media, you name it. While positivity is a little more quiet. It doesn't grab our attention like the negative stuff does. And so he said he's on a mission to ramp up the positivity. You almost have to overwhelm yourself and other people with optimism and reminding them of the good and focusing on gratitude to such a degree that it starts to drown out the negative messages. So it's a similar concept here. Do your best not to crank up the volume on the negative voices, those negative things that are holding you back. Turn that volume down and crank up the positivity, crank up your passion. And just know that you have something of value to offer the world. So follow through on those instinctual desires that you have. It'll not only make you feel better, but by sharing that with others, you're going to make the world a better place. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? So wherever you're consuming this, if you have a way to leave a comment, please do so. Let me know your thoughts on this topic. Or reach out to me on my website at bobbakerinspiration.com or DM me on social media. And if you like this message, share it with a friend. Take a screenshot of this video or this podcast and share it on social media. Let's spread the word. We have to work together to spread positivity so that we can do our part to drown out the negative messages that are so prevalent in our lives. All right, thanks for watching and or listening. Once again, I'm Bob Baker from bobbakerinspiration.com and author of The Power of Affirmations and Positive Self-Talk. Let's talk again soon. So long for now.